finishing in this one.
Oh, my. B.A., I mean, there's no shortage of stars on either side of the ball. These tend to be statement games, sending a message by imposing their will.
So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves, Conley and Ann are the 1 and the 2. Jaden McDaniels out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. And here's Minnesota now. Let's go with a 3. And there's McDaniels. That one's good on the assist from Randle.
If you want the title of 3-and-D player, you've got to make threes. McDaniels has really worked on that shot.
Holiday passes to Porzingis. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Brown against Conley. Launches a 3. Tatum pulls it in. Boston's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here's Brown. No good with the elbow jumper.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Randle, the pass to Conley. Randle on the screen. The 3. Boston with a rebound. And Porzingis launches it from deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Boy, how about the unlimited range that Porzingis is showing? Wow.
Edwards a screen on Holiday. For 3, Conley. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. The Celtics have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. The shot by Holiday, no good.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And he might not blow you away with numbers, but there's a reason why McDaniels is on the floor so often, Clark.
Hey, B.A., I love his versatility at both ends of the floor. He knows exactly what's needed from him by his team. He gives it to him. He doesn't need a lot of touches. He just plays the game. Love his motor. Love his consistency. He is the epitome of a value-utility guy.
Holiday from long range, and it's Gobert with a rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
From deep, Conley. Hauled in by Brown. Boston has gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. Edwards against White. Off target with the 3.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
Really smooth release from Tatum on that 3. Makes that shot look effortless.
Edwards looking for an opening. Outside Conley. From deep. Another miss by Minnesota.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
Well, that's a nice up-tempo play from Holiday. Got the rock and didn't waste any time finding the shot.
Now here's Edwards from behind the arc. Pure from three-point range.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Up top, Tatum. Fires from deep. McDaniels with the rebound. McDaniels got 4 rebounds in the game. Conley passes to Edwards. There's the 3. Tatum pulls it in. And it's Tatum with the ball for Boston. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. I asked him about Julius Randle and why he's so hard to stop. Coach said it's the ball handling, the spin moves, and the ability to finish against length. They want to try to force him right and take him out of his rhythm. Something many teams have tried, but few have accomplished. Guys?
As always, Allie, we thank you. If they play this right, they can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they really have to work the clock right now.
It's McDaniels on the wing, defended by Brown. Gobert with a screen on Holiday. The shot by Conley, no good.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Edwards against Porzingis. Edwards can't hit. Right side Porzingis. Fires the three. Drops in the three. Porzingis has got 6 points.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
So at the end of one quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettling.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
On the court for Minnesota, we've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Naz Reid out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Clark in at the three, the small forward.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Pritchard, no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. Randle, a screen on Horford. Here's Alexander Walker. Misses the 3. Boston has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Brown can't hit. DiVincenzo driving. Pass to Reid. Back to DiVincenzo. And there's a 3-second violation. Boston leading by 3. Here's Brown, plenty of space, and some very quick points for him on that possession.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Pass to Reid. The 3 is up. On target from range.
Ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Randle's got his 4th rebound in this one.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Back to Randle. The 3 ball. And it's Cornette with a rebound. The Celtics with the lead. Pass to Horford. Randle with a steal. Fast break, Minnesota. DiVincenzo, pass to Clark. Randle outside. Horford with a steal. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. And here's Brown for 3. Again, the miss by Boston. Minnesota has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. For 3, DiVincenzo. Alexander Walker, the pass to Clark. Fires for 3. Hits the trifecta. Clark's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
He's never going to pass up that shot. The defense giving him way too much room. And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
DiVincenzo can't hit. The Celtics have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Fires in the triple.
And there's DiVincenzo with the quick trigger. Cannot give him any room defensively. You've got to eliminate his airspace.
Minnesota has gotten only 4 of 9 from beyond the arc here in the second. Jacks up a 3. Boston pulls it in.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Here's Hauser. And a miss there on the triple. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. Out to DiVincenzo. Lets it fly. Randle outside. 4-3. Another miss. He's 1 for 4 from the field. Boston trailing. And here's Brown for 3. Randle pulls down the board.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Got a line change here for Boston. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Gobert's checked in for Randall. McDaniels comes in for Clark. Anthony Edwards is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Dillingham subbed in for DiVincenzo. Now here's Edwards. Plenty of space. That's good from Dillingham on the assist from Edwards. And the Timberwolves lead by 3. Outside Holiday. Three-pointer. And the three-pointer goes. Holiday's got 6.
With deep range and a wide arsenal of moves, Holiday keeps defenders off balance.
Pass to Reed. Here's Dillingham. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And that'll do it for the first half. This game is tied. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Man, we've seen Drew Holiday really having a great game.
Yeah, even with the extra attention he's getting from the defenders, he's finding ways to excel.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Brown in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. Outside McDaniels. Well, Clark, every player should know their leash with the officials.
Very much so, but I think most players should keep their mouths shut. There's too much yakking at officials, in my mind. It takes away from the beauty of the game. It's an eyesore, and I wish more players would just play and keep their mouths shut, especially when it comes to talking to the official.
Holiday against Conley. He takes it in. Pass to Randall. Conley with the ball. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
Boston's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Holiday from long range. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Randall. Lets it go from deep. That one's good. And it's Conley who picks up the assist. Randall's got 6.
Yeah, a shot that Randall has added to his repertoire. Shooting the 3 with confidence now.
Tatum can't hit. Minnesota leading by 3. Right side Conley. They get it back. And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul of the game. Al Horford's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And the Timberwolves also making a change. DiVincenzo's checked in. Pass to Conley. Shot clock at 6. Gobert with it. Back to Conley. Here's Edwards. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Give him 8.
And, you know, succeeding in the catch-and-shoot game will really help Edwards set up his drives to the hoop.
The Timberwolves have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Here's McDaniels. Edwards a screen on Porzingis. Edwards against Tatum. Pulls up. Edwards gets the bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
I tell you what, Edwards has a really nice, smooth release, and that shot looked in the moment it left his hand.
White for 3. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Well, you always want to play aggressive on the boards, but he was a little too aggressive that time.
Yeah, it appeared to me as he was trying to get a piggyback ride, man. That's an easy call to make and gonna be called every time.
Craig is checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Holiday. Reed's checked in for Minnesota. Dillingham comes in for Mike Conley. Here's Dillingham. 7-point game, biggest lead so far. Really left him alone that time. Dillingham's gotten his second bucket of the game.
And adding to this lead right now, riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
For 3. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. Minnesota leading by 7. Gobert passes to DiVincenzo. That 3's off the mark. The Celtics have gotten just 25% of their shots to fall since the half. 2 for 8.
Awesome speed from Tatum. Excels at getting to the right place in these fast break chances.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Reed from the arc. Boston with a rebound. Tatum's got 4 rebounds in the game. They've got numbers. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Outside Edwards. Outside, DiVincenzo. Here's Dillingham. He's guarded by White. Back to DiVincenzo. This one for 3. Minnesota again missing.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 11 in this third quarter. Reed finds DiVincenzo. Edwards a screen on White. Outside Edwards. Here's the 3. The triple hits for Edwards.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
What if it goes? There it goes! It's a big shot at the buzzer. Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Back to the game after this break. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Ooh, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. And a look now at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth quarter. We've got Julius Randle, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Mike Conley. Then there's Naz Reid, and it's McDaniels in at the 3. Outside, Alexander-Walker. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randle. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have Randle with the ball. Just a great passing forward.
Porzingis passes to Holiday. Back to Porzingis. Lets the 3 fly. Wow, Porzingis with the triple.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Over to the wing. They set the pick. White with a steal. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. On the wing, Tatum to tie it up. Rebound, Minnesota.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Pass to Alexander-Walker. Off target from 3-point range. Celtics trail by 3. Holiday with the ball. He's picked up by Conley. Outside Holiday. Here's Hauser. Tatum passes to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Porzingis for 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Porzingis has got 6 here in the quarter.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Brown, he's checked in for Boston. Anthony Edwards has checked in for the Timberwolves.
Substitution on the court.
Conley looking for an opening. Pass to Reed. Clock at 4. Conley, a screen on Porzingis. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here, and they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. Holiday from long range, and the Celtics another three.
Tonight, we're seeing what Holiday's capable of. He's a total team guy, wants to set up other people, but he can also carry the offensive load if called upon. He's such a clutch shooter. He just lives for the big shot.
Holiday against Conley. Pass to Porzingis. And here's Brown for three. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Reed's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And here's McDaniels. That one's good. And it's Conley who picks up the assist. Conley's got 3 assists now in this one. Holiday against Conley. Holiday passes to Porzingis. Back to Holiday. Porzingis with a screen on Conley. Outside Porzingis. There's the triple. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got rebound number 7 tonight. And here's Edwards outside. Oh, he drains it. His 6th make in 9 tries so far.
The challenge with defending Edwards, he's a 3-level scorer.
Edwards against White. Outside Tatum. Pass to Holiday. Boston, no good that time either.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Reed for 3. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
White for 3. Randall pulls down the board.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Pass to McDaniels. Conley against Porzingis. Fires the 3. The offensive rebound. Back to Daniels. Outside Edwards. The 3. Connects from downtown. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game. And here's Minnesota now. They're on a 12-3 run. Up top, Edwards. Pass to Conley. Out to the wing. Randall, the pass to Conley. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And so it's Minnesota with the W. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you know, you have 2 choices. You can either succumb.
Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. And for the Celtics, the small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Williams. Over Holiday. The shot by Williams, no good. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Pass to Holmgren. That 3 off the mark. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with the coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. And the dunk by Tatum.
How about the speed with which Tatum gets down the court? Awesome at reading the defense and then exploiting the opportunity in the open floor.
Count it, good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. On the wing, Williams. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
A costly foul there. He'll shoot 3 free throws.
Such a terrific two-way guy. Drew Holiday isn't just an offensive powerhouse. He loves to play defense. I mean, loves it.
And he's good on the second. And he nails the third.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Gilgeous-Alexander sets the screen for Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander against White. Here's Williams. Another shot. Here's Hartenstein. Williams finds Gilgeous-Alexander. No good with the triple. Boston leading by 6. And Holiday has it in the corner. Drills the three-pointer. Holiday's got 6 points.
Now Drew aggressive there, right? You can see committing to that shot, looking more than happy to rise up and fire.
The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. No coverage that time. 5 points in the game.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
He's listed at 6'5", but Brent, Jalen Williams seems so much bigger than that on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, one of those guys that has more presence on the floor than the measurements you look at on paper. This guy plays bigger. He's got a great frame. He's got great strength. He's got great poise. And there are a lot of people who are going to recognize just how talented Jalen is.
Now here's Williams. He has 5. Caruso kicks to Williams. And he banks in the layup.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Tatum. Three-pointer, Horford. Outside Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
Here's Williams. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Horford.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Boston making a switch here. Cornette's checked in. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Aaron Wiggins, he's checked in for Holmgren. Here's Hauser. Busted. No good that time either. The Thunder have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Wiggins from outside. And Boston with the rebound. White down low. And Horford wide open. He shoots. No good on the triple. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Celtics lead by 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with... And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
On the floor for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second quarter. We've got Lou Dort. Isaiah Joe is out there with Alex Caruso. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Hartenstein in at center. And stolen by Wiggins. Pass to Dort. Back to Wiggins. Wiggins, a screen on Brown. Joe can't get it to go. Celtics leading by 5. Here's Pritchard. And the Celtics hit again from deep. Hey, Bones, what do you think is a part of the game that some casual fans don't really understand that well?
Well, Kevin, outside of the contest right here in front of us, let's think about the long schedule that teams are dealing with. How many times that coaches employ different lineups and strategies so that by the end of the year, they have optionality in what they can do on the floor.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
Of that attitude growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. Caruso, no good, unable to end this run.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
To the middle. The kick out to Brown. From downtown. A shot by Pritchard, no good. And it's Wiggins with the ball for the Thunder. In the second quarter, held scoreless. Now, here's Caruso. Defense right on him. Clock at 6. Back to Dort. And that one's good, Caruso.
I like how unselfish Dort was on that play, freely giving it away rather than trying to chase down something for himself.
Holiday, the pass to Pritchard. Craig with a screen on Caruso. Three-pointer. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Craig's got the lead up to 12 now for the Celtics.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Dort. And some changes here for the Celtics. Porzingis is checked in for Luke Cornett. Tatum comes in for Torrey Craig. And it's White in for Pritchard. And here's Porzingis for a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Porzingis has got 5.
Porzingis can knock him down from out there. He's just looking for some consistency.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Takes a 3. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Celtics leading by 15. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was...
Oh, yes, sir.
A supremely athletic player. Brown really stuck it to them there.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. That bucket in no time at all. And now that's 11 points here for Jalen Williams. Porzingis with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Tatum. It's Brown on the wing. Out to Porzingis. Nice ball movement by Boston. Tatum no good. Thunder trailing by 14. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Drives to the hoop. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Exploding to the rim. No getting in Shea's way, especially when he's got a full head of steam.
The kick out to Brown. Nailed from three-point land. Brown's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Celtics. Outside Williams. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Williams has got 6 here in this quarter. White the pass to Porzingis. Out to White. From the arc. That shot missing. Thunder trailing by 12. Over in the corner, Williams. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Thunder another 3.
Oh, that jumper so pure. Gilgeous-Alexander with great confidence.
Outside Holiday. Out to Porzingis for 3. That shot off the mark. Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Boston Celtics. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. One of the stories here, Jalen Williams getting it done today.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the center, locking down the middle. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. And even 3-on-3 break. Outside, White. Pass to Brown. Outside, Holiday. Tatum with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Thunder trailing by 9. Over in the corner, Dort. Holiday against Gilgeous-Alexander. At the teardrop, Porzingis with the block.
Well, Porzingis, the height, the reach, just overpowering.
Just 5 to shoot. Tries again. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Celtics leading by 9. Porzingis kicks to Tatum. Back to Porzingis. Out to White. Lets the 3 fly. And he's good on the 3 ball. White's got the first bucket of the third here for the Celtics. Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. Tries from 16. And Holmgren the bucket on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And guys, you can't allow Holmgren to gain confidence from the mid-range. He'll burn you when you give him those looks.
The kick out to Holiday. And Tatum out top the key. Pass to White. Tatum down low. Defended by Holmgren. And there's the bucket from Tatum. Tatum's got his second basket. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Out to the right wing. Porzingis finds Holiday. Back to Porzingis from 18 feet away. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Thunder trailing by 12. Near the three-point line, it's Holmgren. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, I mean, take that. Holmgren, he knows defenses want to rough him up a little bit, and he welcomes the challenge.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Porzingis. Horford comes in for Brown. And it's Pritchard in for Drew Holiday. The Thunder also changing it up. Aaron Wiggins, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Isaiah Joe comes in for Williams. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Boston making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. Then for the Thunder, Williams comes in for Holmgren. And it's Cason Wallace in for Dort. This one for 3. Kept alive. Left side, Horford. It's up a 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Hauser's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Here's Pritchard. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Pritchard's got 8 points.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Pass to Hauser. Celtics passing it around. Outside, Horford. Horford double team. Here's Pritchard. To the left wing. Outside, Horford. Hauser the pass to Horford. Higgins knocks it loose. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Holmgren, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Thunder trailing by 12. Caruso kicks to Wiggins. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And so Horford will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 17 points was their biggest margin. Pritchard passes to Hauser. Off target from outside. Thunder have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Caruso against White. Basket good. He's got 11.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another. He does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
And so it's the Boston Celtics ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Craig. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Buries the long-range jumper.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Pass to Pritchard. From outside the arc, the shot's good. Brown making the play. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
Something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You've
got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That'll be his second foul of the game. White, he's checked in for the Celtics. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Number 9, Derek White.
Floats it up for Holmgren. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
Tatum with the screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Tatum against Holmgren. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. It's stolen by Brown. White looking around. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Dort. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires the three. Here's Hartenstein, and the lead is down inside single digits. Hartenstein's got 4 points this quarter.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Oh, Kevin, not a penny, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the outs, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. Too open that time, made it look too easy.
Such good length for a guard. Opponents struggle to keep Gilgeous-Alexander from scoring the basketball.
Brown sets a screen for Porzingis. Ring shot on the way, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
The possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight, taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ballgame.
The kick out to Williams. No good on the three.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding the distance.
Good on the three-point shot. And the Celtics lead by 9.
Yeah, Porzingis read that extremely well. He recognized right away he was going to get that shot.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Now here's Porzingis. Three-pointer. That doesn't go either for Porzingis. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. Got that one up quick.
A solid facilitator. It helps that the defense thinks that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to shoot and not pass.
A three from Porzingis. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. White finds Holiday to the paint. Goes up on the wing. That one drops for him. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. All right, David, thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our
important is that in assembling a contender?
Well, look, it's even more important, Brian, in the regular season than it is in the playoffs. To get through a long NBA season and get yourself in good playoff position, you're going to need a lot of guys. 12, 13 guys at different points of the year are going to have to be ready to make contributions. Now, obviously, the team with the better starting five will have the edge, but depth can be a big factor even in the playoffs.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. Holmgren is out there with Williams. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for OKC from 11 feet away. And it's Gobert with a rebound. And stolen by Holmgren. Outside, Williams. From outside, off the mark.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Minnesota with a rebound. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace, and Gobert's capable of getting another one too, assuming his countryman Victor Wembanyama doesn't start taking the reins.
Now here's Williams. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Holmgren. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. For Minnesota, they've gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Randall outside. McDaniels, a screen on Williams. Minnesota again missing. Oklahoma City has gone 0 for 4 from deep to start this one. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Sweet little floater.
A clever scorer who reads the floor beautifully. The floater is just one of many ways Gilgeous-Alexander can beat you.
Edwards, a pass to DiVincenzo. McDaniels, a screen. Back to Edwards. He drops it from range.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Takes a 3. Counted from distance. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points.
An example of the unique leadership of Gilgeous-Alexander, getting the 3 points right back for them.
Out to DiVincenzo. Edwards a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3, DiVincenzo. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. The Thunder have gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daigneault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror. He sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you.
Yeah, communication breakdown. 2 guys thinking in opposite directions. The pass winds up in the stands.
Mike Conley's checked in for DiVincenzo. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Caruso comes in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's McDaniels. Still no points. Ooh, the pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room to work.
Look, if you're open, Conley sees you. That was a great pass.
Caruso against Conley. From downtown. Oh, the Thunder, another 3.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost them 3.
Edwards a screen on Williams. McDaniels from long range. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. Thunder leading by 3. Now Caruso. Pass to Hartenstein. Up and over Conley. And again, it's Oklahoma City. Minnesota's gone just 1 of 6 from downtown. Here's Randall. The kick out to Edwards. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul. And Minnesota with some changes. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. And it's Alexander Walker in for Edwards. Clark with a screen on Caruso. For 3, Conley. Minnesota again missing. The Thunder have gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. Caruso with it. Pass to Hartenstein. Back to Caruso. Now here's Hartenstein. Hartenstein with a screen on Clark. And there's the call on Aaron Wiggins. That's his first foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Randall outside. Here's Alexander Walker. Whoa! He just got it off in time!
That was close.
And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Oklahoma City ahead, up by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from what we've seen from Oklahoma City, what's your take so far?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going in the second. Alex Caruso is out there with Isaiah Joe. Then it's Aaron Wiggins, then it's Williams, and it's Hartenstein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Caruso. Alexander Walker grabs the board.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look, just couldn't find the mark.
Well, Stan, when you look at the history of undrafted players, few have been as impactful as Alex Caruso.
And you have to love the way he's done it, Brian. Grinded his way through the G League, won a championship, and now he's a first-team all-defense guy. Quite a story.
Puts up a 3, and that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have Randall with the ball. Just a great passing forward.
Caruso with it. He's picked up by Conley. The kick out to Williams. Wiggins with a screen on Clark. Joe, the pass to Williams. 4 on the clock. Over Randall. Williams' shot is good. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Randall. Hartenstein pulls it in. And so it's Caruso who brings up the ball for Oklahoma City. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. And Minnesota with some changes. Gobert comes in for Randall. And Dillingham subbed in for Conley. A big group substitution here for Oklahoma City. Holmgren, he's checked in for Williams. Jalen Williams comes in for Wiggins. Dort, he's checked in for Joe. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Caruso. Here's Dillingham. Clark outside. From outside the arc. Drains the triple. Clark's got his first 3 points of the game.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend. And now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
The kick out to Williams. Ooh, poked away. Here's Hartenstein. Outside, Williams takes the 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Dillingham. Pass to Clark. 1:33 left in the second. Here's Alexander Walker. Gets the 3 ball to go. Alexander Walker's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
And that's a foul called on Isaiah Hartenstein. That's his first foul of the game. And Minnesota with some changes. McDaniels is checked in for Reed. Anthony Edwards comes in for Clark. And it's DiVincenzo in for Alexander Walker. Thunder with a lead. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Shot is up. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Let's see if they want to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
Hey, looking at the clock, I'd say yes.
DiVincenzo driving. Holmgren against Edwards. The triple hits for Edwards.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. The Thunder making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Minnesota's gone 50% from the perimeter in this second, shooting 4 of 8. Out to DiVincenzo. Pass to McDaniels. Back to DiVincenzo. Dort with a steal. Williams from long range. Got it off in time.
And of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Oklahoma City ahead. They lead by 1. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Nice game. Great performance by Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. And that's the group from Chris Finch as we begin the second half.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it. But you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
A 6'6" playmaker, SGA has a great view of the floor.
McDaniels from long range. Williams grabs the board. Thunder leading by 6. Stan, a late first-round pick in 2020. Jaden McDaniels, one of the top young two-way players in the league.
Well, Brian, last season he was rewarded with a big money extension. His play tailed off just a bit, but still a key player for them moving forward.
Minnesota is shooting their first free throws of the game.
First team foul.
And the first one at the line is good. Wiggins, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Second free throw, no good. Gobert. Holmgren with the block.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
They shoot again. Pass to McDaniels. Ooh, and once again, off the mark by Minnesota. The Thunder have gone 3 of 3 in this second half. Wiggins outside. To the inside. With the fadeaway. Gilgeous-Alexander, no good.
And the defense gave him no space. He had to fade back. That's not an easy look for most guys.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
The ball's knocked loose. Randle outside. The kick out to Edwards. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. DiVincenzo picks him up. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Wiggins with a screen on DiVincenzo. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Randall, the pass to DiVincenzo. Edwards a screen on Wiggins. Offensive board.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
For three, Randall. Oh, my goodness! He'll go to the line with a chance at a 4-point play. It's going to be on Jalen Williams. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels. And Mike Conley is subbed in for DiVincenzo. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Chet Holmgren. Williams comes in for Williams. Joe's checked in for Dort. And it's Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Caruso. And he comes up with a bucket. Caruso's got 5.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
Here's Edwards. Edwards rises up and powers it down.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards. Taking the contact but staying committed to his finish.
Knocked away. Williams passes to Joe. Launches it. Sinks it from distance. Joe's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Outside Edwards. The 3 is up. Caruso grabs the board. Thunder leading by 4. Wiggins with it. He's picked up by Conley. And he gets it to go. Joe's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul. Here's Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow. Julius Randall. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
Pass to Joe from deep. And here's Wiggins. Outside Joe. Clock at 6. Second shot opportunity. The shot, no good. Timberwolves trail by 4. Right side Edwards. From deep, Conley. Williams grabs the board. And so it's Caruso who brings up the ball for the Thunder. Pass to Joe from outside the arc. No good that time. Minnesota has gone just 1 of 6 from long distance here in the third. The shots just aren't falling. Hartenstein in the post. He's guarded by Conley. Caruso, the pass to Hartenstein. Back to Caruso. The kick out to Wiggins. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
Ooh,
and so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. Back after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. And Oklahoma City looking at who they've got to start the fourth. SGA and Williams play the 2 and the 3. Holmgren is out there with Williams. And it's Caruso in at the 1. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Good. 5 for 9 shooting so far. And Coach, you've been lauded by some of your former players for your pregame preparation. I've seen it myself in the broadcasting world.
Well, I've also been cursed by some of those players for my pregame walkthroughs, Brian. People thought they were way too long, but I just wanted to be as prepared as possible and was one that always believed I'd rather do too much than too little.
Randall finds McDaniels. Back to Randall. Out to DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. Outside Edwards. For 3, Randall buries it from 3. Randall's got 9 points here in the second half.
No hesitation from the big man, Randall. I mean, this is how confident of a shooter he is.
Williams from long range. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Edwards so good inside.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Pass to Caruso. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And stolen by Holmgren. Now Williams. And he banks in the layup. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
They've also been showing a standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Caruso. Fires it. Good work defensively by DiVincenzo. Timberwolves trail by 7. Here's Randall. The Thunder pull it in.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Releases. Can't nail the jumper.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Randall can't hit.
Every possession counts for them right now. That's not going to get it done.
Dort for 3. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got 4 rebounds now. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's foul number 2 for him. And Minnesota making a change here. Reed's checked in. Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Puts it up off the inbound. Outside McDaniels. Out to DiVincenzo. Lets it go from deep. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Thunder leading by 4. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's picked up by Edwards. Dort, a screen on Edwards. From about 19, Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
Sweet-looking jumper from the mid-range. I mean, Gilgeous-Alexander just making it look easy.
Outside for Randall. Jacks up a 3. Knocks down the long J. Randall's got 8 here in this quarter.
Oh, a rugged competitor. Randall's teammates trust his ability to make plays in big moments.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams passes to Dort. 3 on the clock. Williams misses. DiVincenzo against Williams. The kick out to Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. And stolen by Holmgren. They're just trying to hold on to this lead, Grant.
And right now, you just can't afford to be careless.
DiVincenzo with a steal.
It's all about getting a 3 right here.
Yeah, and when your opponent knows what you need, it makes it that much harder to find an opening.
They're really employing a deep range initiative here in the 4th, and it's working.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot, but when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding.
There's 6 seconds left in the 4th quarter here. Holmgren, count it!
Coach is loving the ball movement.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. All right, thoughts on what Coach is going to do here?
I would honestly attempt to get the ball near the rim because even if the shot doesn't fall, a quick putback will suffice.
Off the inbound, gets the bucket. Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. Alex Caruso is out there with Isaiah Hartenstein. And it's Holmgren in at the center position, locking down the middle. McDaniels from long range. The Thunder with the rebound. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Edwards. Outside for Randall to take the lead. And he lays it up and in. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Yeah, nice play by Randall. He can take up space in there and has great short area quickness.
Showing great vision and delivering the pass out in front.
McDaniels passes to Conley. Outside Reed. Pass to McDaniels. The 3. Caruso grabs the board. And so it's Caruso who brings up the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Holmgren finds Hartenstein. Hartenstein a screen. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
He's such a clever player in pick and rolls. Gilgeous-Alexander is unpredictable and understands how to attack defenses.
The 3, Randall. Kept alive.
Well done on the glass. Gets himself in position where he can use his size.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso outside. Launches a 3. Oh, he buries it from outside.
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Oh my, turning it over at such a critical point in the game. You know he feels awful.
Rudy Gobert's checked in for the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo comes in for Mike Conley. Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Pass to Gobert. Randall outside from behind the arc. And it's good. Oh, an enormous three-pointer.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Holmgren, the pass to Williams. Holmgren with a screen on DiVincenzo. Pass to Holmgren. 6 to shoot. To the paint. He's got a piece of it.
In the long arms, it's difficult to protect your shot from Gobert's reach.
And Minnesota with possession here. Edwards a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's DiVincenzo. The kick out to Edwards. They could win it. Oh, had a chance to win it right there. Couldn't get it to fall. Another top. And as we play into another overtime, the tension continues to build. Both teams refusing to lay down. Outside, Williams. And yep, it's good.
This is the mismatch they wanted under the hoop. making a crucial bucket as easy as possible.
Here's Randall. Here's Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
And you know he's tough on the glass. Easy money there for Gobert.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Ooh, Shea showing no fear inside.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Edwards, a pass to Randall. Edwards, a screen on Williams. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Williams is checked in for Williams. Here's DiVincenzo. Edwards, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. The three, DiVincenzo. Williams grabs the board.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Out to the right wing. Holmgren finds Williams. Back to Holmgren. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, Williams takes the three. And Holmgren with the basket on the assist from Williams. And it's a 5-point Oklahoma City lead. Good chance here for DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And the Thunder shooting 52% from the floor so far. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Randall with it. And it's Dort picking him up. The three, DiVincenzo sends it home from three-point land.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open beyond the arc.
Gilgeous-Alexander punches it home.
Oh, obviously Gilgeous-Alexander has the will to win. What a relentless effort.
Thunder leading by 4. From deep, Holmgren. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. The Timberwolves shooting the ball at around 42% for the game. Edwards, a pass to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. The three, Randall. Cash. And that one brings them within 1.
Yeah, a shot that Randall has added to his repertoire. Shooting the three with confidence now.
Randall against Williams. Back to Holmgren. Yes!
These moments are important for Holmgren's development. Needs to keep sinking those big-time shots. And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
Yeah, they need everything to break their way at this point if they're going to rally back.
McDaniels from long range. Can't get the three to fall. Here's Williams. And it's in.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
No good there. And so the big win by Oklahoma City in a tight game. Double overtime games are so grueling. And after this one,
important is it for these teams to possess it?
Yeah, especially with the amount of injuries we see happen every season. It's so critical that teams have players that are ready to step up and produce and really allow you to not have to change the way you play.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Holiday in at the 1.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Randall passes to Edwards. They get the rebound. Back to Randall. The tray. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Brown wide open. He fired. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. But it's no good. You know, Doris, few teams have tried to invite Brown to be a shooter. He's punished them each and every time.
And he's had to put in the work, Kevin, to make himself a legit perimeter threat. And listen, the defense has to make choices. Athletically, this is one of the most gifted players in the league. If you're going to concede anything to Jalen, it would probably be the three-point shot.
Conley with a wide open look. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Boy, you've got to love when Mike Conley shoots it with confidence, goes to the catch-and-shoot game. All right, Mike. Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Now here's Conley. Misses the 3.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Timberwolves have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. To the wing right side. Randall with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Conley against Brown. 5 to shoot. For 3, Edwards. And Gobert kicks to McDaniels. Hits the three-point bomb.
How about Gobert with the find? On time and on target. Nicely done, Rudy.
Boston's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Holiday with the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. McDaniels got 4 rebounds now tonight. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of the shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report.
Conley is able in 2 or 3-point range to deliver with the face-up game and does it again.
The wide open look here for Porzingis. Drops in the tray.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
Randall passes to Edwards. And here is McDaniel. Edwards a screen on Brown. Back to Edwards. There's the 3. And that's collected by Drew Holiday. Celtics trail by 6. Doris, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, don't you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes, they led the league in attempts. But obviously your 2 best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
Gobert can't hit.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
White, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
That's a crafty play. Understanding when to pull up off the bounce to get that jumper to go. Derek White is on time.
Randall kicks to Edwards. Another miss by Minnesota. On offense, here are the Celtics. They're on an 11-2 run. Outside, White. Brown outside. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
That three-point shooting sets up every aspect of Jaylen Brown's game. What a pretty shot.
3-second difference between shot clock and game. And Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Some changes for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Al Horford is checked in for the Celtics. Richard comes in for Drew Holiday. Now here's DiVincenzo. And a miss there on the triple. And here's Tatum for three. And again, Boston with the triple.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. It's the... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Boston?
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
And boy, have they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
On the court right now for the Celtics. The guards are Pritchard and White. Then there's Horford. And it's Hauser in at the 3 spot. Timberwolves trail by 6. Randall passes to Alexander Walker. Lets it go from deep. Boston grabs the miss. You know, DB, I imagine any lineup could benefit from a veteran guy like Al Horford.
Boy, you just look at how younger guys on the team lean on Al. He guides them through any number of experiences. He's been a pro's pro from the moment he entered the league, and he's still having an impact with his defensive ability and range shooting.
And White kicks to Horford. Back to White. The 3. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
A sneaky, good scorer. I don't know that you define Derek White as a scorer. He's sort of jack of all trades, but boy, he's cooking right now.
Clark outside. Picked by Reid. Takes the 3. It'll go. The Boston lead is kicked down to 6. That one coming from Clark.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Hauser misses.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Out left to the wing. There's a good screen. Randall passes to Alexander Walker. Such a wide open look. Alexander Walker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. White goes in. Here's Hauser. Here's Cornette, guarded by Reid. White the pass to Horford. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Hauser misses.
Well, you're trying to answer the 3, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up. Not everyone has the green light to take that 3 in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
White looking around. Pass to Hauser. Here's the 3. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screening. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Here's Alexander Walker. They grab their own miss. DiVincenzo against White. DiVincenzo passes to Alexander Walker. Outside for Randall. Wants to get it to Reid, and does. Alexander Walker. His 3-pointers off the mark. Celtics leading by 3. It's White on the wing. A 3-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Clark outside. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Reid with a screen for Clark. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got 3 assists in the game. Pass to Hauser. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. To the wing on the left. Clark with a wide open look. And Derek White picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Minnesota. Gobert comes in for Randall. And Dillingham subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And then for Boston, Zinkas is checked in for Luke Cornett. Torrey Craig comes in for Al Horford. And it's Drew Holiday in for White.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
And Holiday kicks to Craig. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Minnesota making some changes. Daniels, he's checked in for Reed. Edwards comes in for Clark. And it's Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. Tatum, he's checked in for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown comes in for Pritchard. Shot clock at 6. A wide open look here for Craig. Hits it from three-point range. Craig's got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Outside Edwards. Out to Conley. It could go. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Without question, Derek White displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Handle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Oh, that is a stone-cold three by the Ant-Man.
And those advanced numbers, Doris, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Drew Holiday said, you can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. Handle with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Outside Conley, over in the corner McDaniels. Brown against Conley. Outside for Randall. 5 on the clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. That one goes in. Conley's got 7 points in the game.
We know Julius Randle can score, but that scoring ability will be set up by that kind of play. What a pretty pass from the big man.
Outside, Porzingis beyond the arc. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to McDaniels. Fires from deep. Hands it from downtown. Now it's a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
And Conley is just so unselfish. He's very willing to give the ball up if it means setting up a teammate.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Edwards passes to Randall. Left side, Edwards. Offensive rebound. And Gobert kicks to McDaniels. Bounce pass from Randall. Back to Edwards. And stolen by Tatum. And now White pushing it up and no one back to stop him. They get a hand on it. The kick out to Holiday. Celtics passing it around. Over in the corner, White. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Porzingis. Launches a 3. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Timberwolves leading by 3. Left side, Edwards. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Man, Holiday puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Often it's with his scoring, but right there, making a play for someone else.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dillingham comes in for Edwards. Then for the Celtics, Al Horford is checked in for Porzingis. And it's Torrey Craig in for Jason Tatum. Another miss by Minnesota.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Pritchard passes to Horford. Brown with it. Craig with a screen on DiVincenzo. To the left side wing. Stolen by McDaniels. Pushing it up. In the corner, Dillingham with it. There's the triple. And Boston with the rebound. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Brown finds Craig. On the wing, Holiday. Craig sets a screen. Holiday, the pass to Craig. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Craig's got 6 points. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Pass to Alexander Walker. McDaniels, a screen on Brown. Shot's good by Alexander Walker.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That's foul number 2 for him. DiVincenzo against Brown. Pass to Alexander Walker. Here's McDaniels. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And so, Alexander Walker nails both of them. Craig sets a screen. And here's Brown outside. And that one released in time, but no good. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Timberwolves lead. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the floor for Boston, the post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Then there's Jaylen Brown. And it's Hauser in at the 3.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Here's Pritchard, guarded by Reed. Here's Hauser, sinks the triple. Hauser's got the game tied up here for the Celtics.
Well, Porzingis does a nice job looking for the window to make his teammate better. Pretty pass.
A 3-ball. Dillingham, no good. The Celtics shooting in this game, 45%. Hauser misses.
And the great shooters know when they got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Reed finds DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. Bucket Edwards trotting home the 3.
Well, don't think twice. Ball touches your hands, you let it go, Anthony Edwards.
Hauser the pass to Tatum. Here's Hauser. Here's Pritchard. Shot clock at 6. Brown outside. Drills it from outside.
Jaylen Brown with the immediate answer from three-point territory. Yes, sir.
DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Pass to Reed. Out to Edwards. DiVincenzo with the screen for Edwards. Rebound, Boston. Tatum's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Hauser. Jacks up a 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Now Dillingham launches it. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Tatum kicks to Brown. A 3 from Porzingis. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Wow, Porzingis, no hesitation in the balance of the game. He delivers.
Pass to Reed. From past the arc. And Boston with the rebound. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Now here's Tatum to take the lead. Reed with the rebound.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
It's stolen by Brown. Pass to Hauser. A minute 42 left here in the fourth quarter. Out to Porzingis. Over in the corner, Brown. 6 to shoot. And here's Porzingis. Oh, and they take the lead. And it's a 3-point Celtic lead.
When Porzingis is knocking down that three-point shot consistently, it opens up other aspects of his game.
Reed misses.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Fires from way outside. It's in! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
And how about the confidence to pull up from out there? And what skill to knock it down?
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's foul number 2 for him. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Julius Randle's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Conley in for Dillingham. Whitey's checked in for the Celtics. Holiday comes in for Pritchard. Porzingis passes to Tatum. The kick out to Brown. White, wide open. He fires. Gets the 3 to fall.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Conley against Holiday. Handle a screen on White. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Outside Edwards. Shoots over White. And Boston with the rebound. On the wing, Holiday. And the 3 off target. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbound, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter. Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
Greg, this is all about execution. Can you free an open man from the three-point line? That's what it comes down to.
And so it's Boston scraping by with the win.
to run.
Oh, they love to run. I mean, these teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
Looking at the starting five for the Boston Celtics. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's guarded closely. Count it.
And clearly, Dort knows how to operate inside, making his way to a high percentage shot.
Boston on offense. For 3, Porzingis. Williams grabs the board. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Mark Dagnall. Their team's biggest concern tonight, the scoring of Jaylen Brown. Coach commenting, quote, Brown has become an elite scorer in this league. Jaylen can have huge nights. We know he's going to score, but we have to limit his easy bucks, especially early. Something to watch, BA.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Lots of room. And the shot goes down. Holmgren's got 5 points.
Yeah, and certainly room for growth from Holmgren in the mid-range. But good to see him taking the shot rather than passing on it.
Brown finds Tatum. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, BA. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
No, it's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
This one for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Porzingis has gotten his second bucket.
So smooth off the catch. Porzingis is excellent at judging when to take quick shots.
Three-pointer. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Let's go with a 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Boston trailing. Outside White. Pass to Brown. Back to White. Dort with a steal. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the triple. The Celtics have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Brown against Williams. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul of the game. A big group substitution here for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Holmgren. Williams comes in for Williams. Wallace, he's checked in for Dort. And it's Caruso in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Ooh, costly foul there. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
These are his first free throws of the game. And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls, shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Oklahoma City shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And that's good as he hits both shots. 1:27 left to play in the first. Now here's Brown. Watched by Wallace. Outside, Williams. Williams, a screen on Brown. Wallace outside. 4-3. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Pritchard, the pass to Hauser. Sinks the tray.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three each time.
To the middle. Here's Hartenstein. And he buries his first look.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Boston has gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. And the 3 off target. The Thunder have gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Caruso outside. Now here's Hartenstein. Not a lot of room. The kick out to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Caruso. Misses in close. Got it off in time. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Celtics up 1. Let's take a quick... Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Celtics?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And following off of what you said, they've really done a good job distributing the ball, passing up good shots for great ones.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Pritchard and White at the 1 and the 2. Luke Cornett out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Hauser in at the 3. Beyond the arc. And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
And such a clever player in pick and rolls, Gilgeous-Alexander is unpredictable and understands how to attack defenses.
He buries it from 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well, and when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. Oklahoma City making a switch here. Joe's checked in. Porzingis has checked in for Boston. Drew Holiday comes in for Pritchard. Outside Porzingis. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
The kick out to Williams. Holmgren with it. He has 7. Chet going to work inside. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano a mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
And he makes it.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
Pass to Porzingis for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Outside, Williams. Oh, it's stolen away. Porzingis surveying the floor. Here's Cornett. Back to Porzingis. White, the pass to Porzingis. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Caruso, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Craig is checked in for Boston. Jaylen Brown comes in for Hauser. Thunder leading by 3. Williams in the post. Craig's there. Williams misses. Boston's got it going from deep. 3 for 3 so far in the quarter. Holmgren with the block.
Wow, I mean, the 7'6" wingspan coming in handy. Holmgren loves swatting away shots just like this.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Holmgren against Porzingis. Takes a three. Boston again missing. For Oklahoma City, they've got 6 of their 7 shots to go in the second quarter. Williams passes to Caruso. And here's Holmgren. Holmgren with a screen on Craig. Fades away. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Williams has got 5 points now this quarter.
And the vision is far past his years. Williams with great decision-making.
Pass to Craig. Back to Holiday. The 3-ball. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
They kick it out to Porzingis. There's the 3. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Porzingis has got 14.
Few bigs stretch the floor like Porzingis. He can be just deadly from the arc.
Joe, the pass to Williams. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, coach has to be thrilled. You can draw up all the X's and O's you want, but guys have to go out there and execute with enthusiasm.
Porzingis for 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got his 4th rebound in this one. Tipped away. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First 2 foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Hardenstein. The jump hook. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Oklahoma City finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. You look at Kristaps Porzingis. What a contribution.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
And let's see if the D adjusts. Make life a little more difficult on him.
Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. Jalen Williams is out there with Williams. And it's Holmgren in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group from Mark Daigneault starting the second half.
On the offensive end, Porzingis has been so dialed in, making the most of every scoring opportunity he gets.
And Porzingis with the block. Brown with the steal. JB on the break. Sensational. Thunder leading by 3. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8. Over Holiday. Gilgeous-Alexander no good.
Man, usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Brown with it. Now guarded by Holmgren. Tatum from long range. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Holmgren's got 5 rebounds tonight. Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. White with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. Tatum finds White. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Outside Porzingis. Tatum from long range. Tatum drills the 3.
You can't give up these corner 3 balls to Tatum. That is a recipe for disaster.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, "It sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling." Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game. Joe's checked in for Williams. Cornett's checked in for Boston. Hauser comes in for Brown. Joe, the pass to Williams, and the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul. Oklahoma City making a switch here. Hartenstein's checked in. Now here's Joe. He's guarded by White. Clock at 6. Here's Hartenstein. And it's good for 2. Hartenstein's got 6.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Pass to Cornett. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists in the game.
And put it on a platter. Holiday serving it up for his teammate.
Now here's Holmgren. It's Dort on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's covered by Holiday. Up the floor. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got his 6th rebound on the night. Joe on the wing. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Give him 8 points now. And there's the rejection. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. Holiday with the ball. Joe covering. Tatum with a screen. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. That gives them the lead. 9 points in the game.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Yeah, total focus from Shea there. Ready to go off the feed.
Boston on offense. They're on a 13-5 run. Outside White. And again, Boston with the triple.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And that's out of bounds. Oklahoma City will keep it. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Holmgren. Wiggins comes in for Dort. Wallace, he's checked in for Joe. And it's Alex Caruso in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Hauser passes to Craig. Here's Hauser, pounded by Wiggins. Back to Craig. The 3. Can't get it to drop.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
Caruso against Holiday. Outside, Williams. Wiggins looking around. And there's the call on Aaron Wiggins. That's his first foul of the game.
The over and back call, always avoidable.
It's a lack of focus. That's all it is. But it can be a wake-up call for teams that have gotten too careless. But rules are rules.
Out to Craig. Back to Brown. Wiggins with a steal. Gets it off. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Boston out in front. They're up by 3. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
He does do a great job steering the ship for them out there and keeping the offense clicking.
We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the 4th quarter. The star wing pair, it's Brown and Tatum outside. Horford at the 4 with Porzingis at the 5. And it's Pritchard in at the point. Pass to Hartenstein. Over Porzingis. Hartenstein, no good.
Well, okay, well, I like his aggressiveness, but, like, the defense was waiting on him that time.
Porzingis sets a screen to the left side wing. There's the triple. It's not going to go for him. Thunder trail by 5. Caruso, pass to Wiggins. Shoots over Tatum. The rebound, Celtics. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Wiggins against Tatum. Outside Porzingis. Tatum, a screen on Hartenstein. 5 to shoot. The 3, Porzingis. Porzingis can't get that one to fall. And it's Caruso with the ball for the Thunder. Here's Hartenstein. Drops in the layup for 2.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Tatum looking it over. Pass to Porzingis. From the arc. Oh, the deep ball from Porzingis.
Well, Porzingis is such a skilled shooter. He can find a look from just about anywhere.
Caruso, pass to Hartenstein. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Williams passes to Wiggins. No good from outside.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Jalen Williams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Caruso. The Celtics also with a sub. White, he's checked in for Horford. Celtics lead by 6. Outside, Brown. Inside.
At 7'3", Porzingis is a problem. Really makes defenses settle for fouling him and hoping he misses.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
Yeah, another thing you notice are all the assists. The ball just has energy, and everyone is getting involved.
Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dort comes in for Wallace. Holiday's checked in for Boston. Holmgren, ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
These moments are important for Holmgren's development. He needs to keep sinking those big-time shots.
Brown, a screen on Holmgren. Outside Porzingis. Fires from deep. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Holiday's got his 5th assist in this one.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire. Stayed with it, and his effort is rewarded with the second chance bucket.
Holmgren, no good on the free throw.
Yeah, many believe Holmgren must add muscle over time to his wiry frame. We'll see if he focuses on doing just that.
The 3, Porzingis. Hartenstein pulls it in. Thunder trail by 6. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Dort. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
In a tight game, he is exactly who you wanted at the line.
Celtics lead by 3. Left side, Porzingis. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Guarded now by Holiday.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Porzingis against Gilgeous-Alexander. Launches it. Porzingis misses.
And the game isn't over yet, but they have to move quickly.
Yeah, they need to focus on scoring every possession and not turning over the ball.
Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A., the clock is theirs to burn.
Here's Oklahoma City now. It's a 3-point game. Holmgren with a screen on Holiday. Dort outside. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. For the tie! Go! was close. And the last shot is going to be reviewed here. Ruled originally a basket. We'll see if it gets overturned, which would end the game, by the way. Time expires. We're going to overtime. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court, Pritchard and White at the 1 and the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the center spot. Wiggins with a steal. Back to Holmgren to take the lead. Wiggins, no good. And for the Celtics, they're shooting at about 44% so far. Down low. Hey, Jaylen Brown spikes it through.
Great screen by Brown, rolling right to his sweet spot.
Pass to Holmgren. Brown against Williams. Back to Holmgren. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the clock. SGA with the float game all day.
A clever scorer who reads the floor beautifully. The floater is just one of many ways Gilgeous-Alexander can beat you.
White, the pass to Porzingis. Rebound by Wiggins. And Wiggins has got the ball here for the Thunder. Here's the pick. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Picked up by Tatum. That puts him in the lead. And now a 3-point Thunder lead.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
Here's Porzingis. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Porzingis has got 28.
Proving he's more than just a go-to scorer. Brown also loves swinging the ball to open teammates.
And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That's his third foul so far. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Drew Holiday's checked in for Boston. Puts it up. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 from the field as OT gets going. And Porzingis launches it from deep, from beyond the arc, and then some. Porzingis has got 31.
Oh, my. Huge play from Porzingis. A testament to the competitiveness that he plays with.
Williams with it. Now guarded by Brown. The rebound by Jason Tatum.
Wow. He doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
Outside Porzingis. Shoots over Holmgren. Porzingis misses.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Cat not messing around inside.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play, coming through when it matters most.
Outside Porzingis. Offensive rebound. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Porzingis with a screen on Williams. Brown passes to Porzingis. Over Holmgren. Oh, no good! Right side Porzingis. Count it!
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
I would honestly attempt to get the ball near the rim, because even if the shot doesn't fall, a quick putback will suffice.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. So it's a narrow victory for the Celtics. Pulling. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Thank you for joining us.
watching closely.
Well, the thing that jumps out at me, Kevin, is the guard matchup. I mean, both teams have tremendous backcourts, and I really think whoever is able to win or control that battle is going to win the game.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Randall out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Holmgren can't hit.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's Dort on the wing. Williams for three. Randall grabs the board. Pass to McDaniels. Gobert with a screen for McDaniel. Off target with his three. We're about 1 minute into the first. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams a screen on DiVincenzo. The Thunder with another miss. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Williams a screen on DiVincenzo. Clock at 4. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. The Thunder with another miss. For Minnesota, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Buries it from three-point range.
You knew something had to go in at some point now. Maybe the start of better things ahead. They certainly hope so.
Nobody near Williams. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
A baseline J. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And he had a good look, and Gilgeous-Alexander made it pay off.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Hartenstein's checked in. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Outside for Randall. Wants to get it to Edwards and does. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident at taking on defenders and finishing.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Randall no good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. Was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams. Can't hit it to fall. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. They trail by 3. Outside for Randall. Good on the triple. Randall's got 6 points.
Yeah, you know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle, and I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They like to see him take and make these shots.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Holmgren. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Williams. Wallace is checked in for George. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Hart comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Mike Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Caruso with the ball. Wiggins passes to Wallace. Back to Wiggins. Clock at 6. Caruso, a screen on Randall. Fires for 3. It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. We've got more in store for you. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
They've got Aaron Wiggins. Jason Wallace is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. And it's Williams at the power forward position. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Inside. Hartenstein inside. Guarded by Reed.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
That puts them in the lead. Conley's got the lead up to 3 now for Minnesota.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
Wallace misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now here's Reed. No scoring in this one. Trains the three-pointer.
Taking it himself, Randall changes who he is when the jumper goes in.
When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections, he goes after loose balls, he gets you extra possessions on the glass, he steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Holmgren, he's checked in for Williams. Williams comes in for Wiggins. Isaiah Joe, he's checked in for Wallace. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Alex Caruso. Now here is Conley. Sweet move. No good there. Good D by Holmgren. Thunder trailing by 4. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Conley picks him up. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Knocked away. Stolen by McDaniels. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Timberwolves passing it around. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Attacking right away. McDaniels wasting no time there.
Out to the wing. Holmgren wide open. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Minnesota with the ball. Big run right now going for him. 11-2. Dillingham, no good. Oklahoma City's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And it's blocked by Conley. Pass to Reed. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Defended now by Dillingham. And there it is for him. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points.
On a dime. Shai got right where he wanted for that shot.
Thunder trailing by 5. And it's McDaniels with the rebound.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
There's 1:40 left in the first half of the game. Knocks down the 3 ball. Clark, we've got some incredible talents in this league, and you know how skilled big men are today. Wow, it is something to watch.
It really is, Kevin. I mean, you almost feel like every 7-footer in the league is a capable perimeter shooter that can consistently make threes. Man, the game has certainly changed, and I actually enjoy it. I mean, the evolution of big guys being able to stroke it that consistently is pretty fun to watch.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. 8-point game. And the three ball is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, this is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
And the wide open shot from Reed. It's good from long range. Reed's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. For Gobert, out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Hartenstein. Conley into the lane. Reed finds Conley. Back to Reed. High post try. It's good. Reed's got his second basket of the game.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 9 points in the game so far. Now Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on McDaniels. 14 feet away, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. Back right after this.
Drum roll, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Nice game. Great performance by Julius Randle.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Gobert is out there with Randle, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. Here we are sizing up Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Randle kicks to Gobert. Outside for Randle. McDaniel sets a screen for Randle, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Thunder trailing by 6. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams, a screen on DiVincenzo. The kick out to Williams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 assists in the game. Now here's Randle. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Gobert. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Edwards with it. Williams.
Big time! Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Outside for Randle. Shoots the 3. And they recover it. Pass to DiVincenzo. And here's Edwards from the arc. Connects from 3-point range. And now it's an 8-point Timberwolves lead.
Nice smooth 3-point shot by Edwards there. Boy, he's got confidence from behind the arc.
The kick out to Williams. And he lays it straight in. 8 points for Williams.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Here's McDaniels. Back to Randle. He can't hit that time. Excellent D there from Williams. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Got that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Williams. Randle is doubled. Up top, Edwards. On the wing, DiVincenzo. And it's Edwards, top of the key. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Thunder shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
Nearly automatic. Gilgeous-Alexander, no slouch from the line.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Williams, he's checked in for Holmgren. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Williams. Alex Caruso is checked in for Williams. And Wallace subbed in for George. Timberwolves also changing it up. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniel. And Mike Conley subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo.
Unselfish, good vision, nice dime by Julius.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Isaiah Joe, he's checked in for Oklahoma City.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Randall outside. And Randall throws it down.
In transition, Randall extremely mobile for a power forward.
Here's Caruso. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Anthony Edwards.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Clark, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Here's Alexander Walker. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Alexander Walker's got his first 3 points of the game.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Joe Good.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now, here's Clark. Here's Randall. Over Wiggins. That's good from Randall on the assist by Clark. Randall's got 4 this quarter.
For Randall, another bucket. He continues to expand his offensive game.
Wallace looking for an opening. Williams up on top. Back to Wallace. 6 to shoot. Pass to Williams. Over in the corner, Caruso. And the Thunder, another 3.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Now here is Conley. D right on him. Alexander Walker. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
And he jams it with authority.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg. Everybody on that bench. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Minnesota on top, up 4. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Wiggins is out there with Lou George. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. Then there's Wallace, and it's Caruso in at the 1. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's McDaniels. And Reed throws it down.
Hey guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine even if he'd have missed it. I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Caruso, the pass to Holmgren. It's stolen by Gobert. McDaniels against Caruso. McDaniels kicks to Edwards. Edwards with confidence. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issues defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy ones.
Here's McDaniels. Pass to Reed. From deep. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Holmgren's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Caruso, the pass to Hartenstein. Holmgren kicks to Caruso. With the drive. And he makes good on the layup. Now it's just a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Oh, man, what a shot. He hit that from another time zone.
Knocks it loose. DiVincenzo with it. Williams picks him up. And Reed throws it down.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
DiVincenzo with the rebound.
And fought hard to make his way to the rim, but give the D credit, did just enough to force him to clank that one.
And the shot goes in. And now it's a 10-point Timberwolves lead.
This is what the team relies on Gobert for, clearing the glass and finishing the play.
Williams for 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 8 rebounds in this game. Edwards kicks to McDaniels. Here's Reed. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Here's Caruso. And it's good off the back rim and in. Caruso's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Here's Gobert. Pass to DiVincenzo. McDaniels sets a screen for DiVincenzo. Sinks the three-pointer.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
For 3, Holmgren buries it from three-point range.
And I love the competitive edge Holmgren plays with, coming right back with his own triple.
And the dunk by Holmgren.
No, staying cool in a clutch moment. Holmgren not letting his inexperience get the best of him.
McDaniels gets a wide open look. Had the space there, but it's offline. And here are the Thunder now. Williams dishes to Holmgren. Williams passes to Caruso. For the 3. DiVincenzo with the rebound. And Minnesota has possession. 6-point lead. And there's the foul. Going Alex Caruso. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Reed. Connects from three-point range.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three happy down the stretch sometimes. Letting it fly.
First team foul.
Shot from the inbound. Joe can't get it to go. Smart, accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
And so Minnesota takes the win. They came in here. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.